face is showing. So at the highest level, it was the father Set, the ancient father Set, who cut Osar, the ultimate sun, the fire, Sagittarius, into those 14 cycles of time, so he could mature and how to use his powers righteously. When we're dealing with the air element, when we're dealing with the father component, he is Father Spirit, the father of righteousness. And he speaks to you externally through how you think, your mind, the air element. So he's the father of righteous thinking. He wants to create a collective righteous mindset. He had to cut the ultimate sun, the fire, down into 14 cycles of time so he could mature and how to use his ultimate power righteously. And this is why I'm talking about Asar as Sagittarius, the last fire sign, the ultimate sun. The fire is the sun. And the planetary ruler of Sagittarius is Jupiter, the great beneficent. Whatever Jupiter touches, it brings in abundance. So the sun, Sagittarius or Asar, was too prone to abuse his power. That is why he was cut down, so he could not abuse that power. When our predecessors abused their power, they screwed up the world. If the sun, the ultimate son of power, abused his power, it would have been detrimental to the universe. So he had to be cut down and learn how to use that power righteously. And the last piece they couldn't find was the penis, which was his power to create. And he was brought back by a Set and the sister Nephthys. Okay? But they couldn't find the penis. Now, Asar, our collective men of power, have now matured to the point where they're now learning how not to abuse that power. And now they are worthy of gaining their full collective empowerment. This is important as to the Scorpio energy we're in right now. Because starting with Leo, the fire, the sun, the resurrection of the sun, sitting next to Virgo, the wisdom. When you put Leo and Virgo together, you have the Sphinx. Body of the lion, Leo, power, the head of the woman, Virgo, wisdom, power guided by wisdom. This is the rulership where you supersede your ego, Leo, open your heart, also Leo, to the value of wisdom, Virgo. This is the rulership that is supposed to be fulfilled as we move out of the opposites. We always fulfill the opposite. So when we move out of the Piscean age, the opposite of Virgo, into the Aquarian age, the opposite of Leo. So we are now at the point to fulfill this rulership where we supersede the men had to supersede the ego. They can't come out of the matrix in ego. So they had to supersede their ego, open their heart. This is the role was played by Trinity and Neo in the movie The Matrix. Remember, Trinity had to resurrect Neo from the dead, or the illusion of power through his ego. The Oracle told her she was going to fall in love with the one. She was in love with Neo, that made him the one. So that's how she resurrected him, by passing that knowing to him. He doubted his power. They had to take him to the Oracle, and she said, yeah, you're not the one. I don't know what you're waiting on. And she points to the sign above the door that says, know thyself. If you don't know you're the one, then you're not the one. That's the Aquarius and Leo age. Aquarius being, I know, Leo being the creative ruler. So you have to know your power in order to step up to that power. So Trinity knew, and she passed that knowing to Leo, and that she resurrected him from the dead, or the illusion of power from the ego. And then in the second movie, The Matrix, he brings her back to life. Now he brings her back to life. He goes internal. First he removes the bullet, the impurity. Then he goes back in and massages her heart. And the first thing she says when she opens her eyes is, now we're even, which means now we're equal. Now we can come together as one. They're telepathically connected. She's in the background, the internal, the feminine, giving him guidance through her wisdom, and he moves out as the sun and exposes the power. So she had to resurrect him as high priestess. The women are the high priestesses. If you look at Capricorn as the very last earth sign, the earth element represents the daughter component. Capricorn is the sign of character and integrity. It's the Cinderella energy. It's the rejected stone. It's the sign of rejection. So she has to come back to the security of her value as a high priestess, set standards, challenge her man to rise to meet those standards. That's his resurrection. As he rises to meet the standards, to claim the love of the high priestess, that is where he comes out of his ego and is released from the matrix. Once he's released from the matrix, now he has a perspective of who she is as the high priestess, and now he can redeem her in her value and lift her up. What did we talk about with the Star David? Redeeming the value by lifting her up, automatically taking down the white man. How David slays the giant lion or the lion. This is the energy that is unfolding, and that's why it had to happen the way it happened. It's an alchemical process.
The dark residual side effect, right? But if you use it in righteousness, now Big Mama energy becomes warm and compassionate to the user, and then it draws others in to want to be closer to the person that's vibrating on that frequency.